Hello and welcome to Sports Fan Entertainment. It has been a while, but I'm here to give my official predictions for the Tennessee Titans for the 2024 season. I just wanted to make a quick overview for my predictions. So real quick explanation. So basically a month ago, just at the beginning of August, end of July, at my job, I switched teams. So this has been a process in terms of me getting used to the new team, getting used to now I'm doing a completely different programming languages that I was doing before, one of which I've never done before. Completely different code base, completely different infrastructure, completely different process. And that combined with family, friends, it's just been too much. I haven't had time to make videos this month like I wanted to before the season. And by the way, this week I'm going to Europe. I'll be in Germany, I'll be in Prague, I'll be doing my thing. I come back the Sunday of the first game. I come in at about 4:30, so I will miss the game live. However, when I get in, it'll be like 5. I'm going to probably know the score, but I'm going to sit down, I'm going to watch the game, and then I'll be live that night. And then that's probably my last vacation this year. Probably, there might be one other, but I'll be definitely consistent with the game recaps. But just wanted a quick overview of my predictions, my thoughts on the 53-man roster. I'm not a big 53-man roster guy. When we start talking about, or some of these 7th wide receivers or 5th tight ends going to make the roster, it's not really my thing. Just let me know when they ever end up doing something, and a lot of them never do. So it's not my thing, but I get why people do it, but it's not really my thing. But for me, the only surprising things were the wide receivers made sense to me. People told you Jaquan Jackson was going to be the 6th wide receiver. I don't know why people refuse to listen. I told you for a while Kyle Phillips is never going to do anything for this team. I don't know why you wouldn't listen. Maybe some of the offensive tackle things, like the guy we traded for. I think he's on the practice squad. Leroy Watson, he's on the practice squad. Okay, whatever. Van Ness was cut, but he's back. So 5 tight ends, which is interesting, but not much. Caleb Farley's gone. Elijah Molden traded. I was a bit surprised by that. I thought he might have done a little bit of contribution this year, but we have Quandre Diggs and Jamal Adams now, so he's not needed as much anymore. And we really like these 4 quarterbacks, apparently, because I definitely would have kept the 5th cornerback. Now, some of these safeties are a little bit, they're able to play corner, they're able to play down lineman, or at least in the, down safety, so it's fine. I don't hate it, just interesting on that. But my official predictions for 2024. So let's start with the record, all right? Everyone wants to know what is the record prediction. So my official prediction is 8-9, and I feel very comfortable and confident in this. I look at the schedule now, and now there are clear wins to me that have opened up because of recent injuries. One of which, most notably, was against the Vikings. We're hosting the Vikings. Now, we probably were going to win that if McCarthy was healthy or not, but now it's 100%. I'd be shocked if we win that game. So now I can feel very confident saying I believe this year we're beating the Colts, at least one of the two. You never really know which one, but one of the two. We'll split with the Jags again, in my opinion. We'll beat the Vikings. We'll beat the Patriots. 1, 2, 3, 4. So anyone that's telling you that the Titans are going to go 3 in anything or 4 in anything, you're crazy. Oh, and then another one to me at Commanders. I know Commander fans are excited. Look, he added some talent. JD, he's going to get some wins. You guys are rebuilding. You guys are going to stink. Promise me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great. Houston, it depends. At Houston, we face them at Houston in November when they're still going to be competing. They're still going to be hot. Then we face them week 18. Will the Texans need to win that game or not? I don't know. If they do, I don't love our odds, guys. Houston's really good. If we had that roster, if we had C.J. Stroud, of which I told you we should have traded up for, and maybe Levis will be better than him, but of which I told you we should have traded up for, then I'd feel confident too. But we didn't. So we'll see. That's a possible 6. And then for me, I look at the games where you could upset, you could not. It just depends. But you could also get upset one of those 6 wins that I guaranteed. We could easily beat the Jets or Packers at home. In fact, we will beat one of them at home because otherwise we're going to start 0-4 because I have us losing it at the Bears week 1. And we're not going to start 0-4. We'll win at least one of these first 4 games. So we'll beat either the Jets or the Packers. And then to me, it could be at Bills. It could be Versus Bengals. If the Bengals, yeah, it could be versus Bengals. It could be at Chargers. I like 8-9. If things break our way and one of these teams get injured, which is going to happen, and Anthony Richardson goes down, which is very possible. Although it's very possible. Any of these other quarterbacks go down, easily we become 9, possibly 10, right? Possibly. But that's if things go our way. Things also cannot go our way. And maybe we get injuries again. But I just don't see us being any worse than 6-11. I'd be shocked. So for me, it's anywhere from, I think it's 7 or 8, period. And then just depending on injuries, it could be attack higher, attack lower. That's it. I have no scenario for 5 unless if Levis is an absolute disaster. Speaking of Will Levis, let's look at my projected stat line for him. So I think he's going to be good for a second-year guy. I don't think he's going to absolutely kill it to where people think he's the next Justin Herbert and everyone's convinced, and you don't have to convince anybody moving forward. With Herbert, after his rookie year, everyone was like, oh, he's a franchise. I don't think it's going to be that good. It'll be close, though. I have him 23 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 3,700 yards, and about a 90 passer rating. This is similar to what Derek Carr did last year. I think Derek Carr even had 25 touchdowns to like 8 interceptions or something like that. And people don't care about Derek Carr anymore. So, because they didn't win games. So while this is a very respectable stat line and he's young, so you'll like to see it, don't think that this is going to be such a good year to where everyone is convinced, and you don't have to continue to convince other Titans fans and other fans that he's the guy. He's still going to have to in year 3 and year 4, probably in my opinion, and maybe year 5, year 6, year 7. Every year, continue to improve and show that he's the guy, I don't think it's going to be a 30 touchdown, oh, Jordan Love, this guy's arrived, or CJ Stroud only had 23 touchdowns, but he had 5 interceptions, incredibly efficient. Levis is going to turn the ball over. Now, last year, his 17-game pace was 15 touchdowns and interceptions. He's going to throw for more touchdowns. He's going to throw for more interceptions. He's made interceptions in practice and training camp. He's made risks. He was a high interception percentage quarterback in college. That's going to be more of his thing in the NFL. So just be prepared for that. But 12 interceptions if you play 17 games, I don't have a problem with that. I don't hate that. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. I mean, if he's throwing for a lot of touchdowns too, I think Mahomes last year had 27 to what did Mahomes have? Did he have 27 to 14? Was that last year? Although we know their wide receivers were terrible, and we definitely have better wide receivers than that. But I think Mahomes had about 27 to 14 even last year. And he's had, crazy years where, even last year he had 27-14, but he's had crazy years where he had 50 to 12, or 26 to 5, 38 to 6. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that, but I think it's going to be good. And there's not going to be any talks of Carson Beck or Shadur Sanders or Quinn Ewers. There's not going to be talks of that in my view. Outside of that, just other quick views of other positions and my thoughts. You know what? I think Tony Pollard's going to underwhelm people a little bit. I think it was cool when we got him, only $7 million a year. I think he's going to disappoint people a little bit. So I'm looking out for that now. I think him and Tajay will both end up, Pollard probably 900 yards, maybe 8, and then Tajay 6. It'll be fine. They'll do things in their team. They'll be good weapons. I think Ridley will do well. Right now, by the way, on FanDuel, Will Levis is an 18.5 prop for passing touchdowns, and Calvin Ridley's a 4.5. Look, you can spend your money however you want. I'm betting the over on those easily. I think that's crazy for both of them. Ridley will pass 4.5. If they're healthy, I think Ridley for sure. I'd be shocked if he only had 4 touchdowns. That'd be ridiculous in my view. So definitely like that. But I don't think we're going to have a 1,000-yard wide receiver this year. That's another bold thing. I think Boyd's going to contribute more than he did last year. I think people will finally give up on Chig, by the way. Sorry. I see another only 400-yard wide receiver or tight end year from him. But Wiley will show a little flash, maybe. But I'm not going to like either one of them to be a starter next year. I think they're both going to disappoint me. And I'm going to want a different tight end if we can afford one. I think that's what's going to happen. I think Latham's going to struggle a little bit. But I think by the end of the year, he'll be good. But I think Skoronski could be a low-key Pro Bowl lookout as he ascends to his second year. Defensively, I don't really have much. I think Landry will end up with about 10 sacks. I think I think Snead will do well. There's a prop for him to get 5 interceptions. No chance in hell. I don't even know where the hell that's coming from. I think Adams will win plays. I think the defense will carry us for games for sure. I think the offense will be inconsistent until they really get their stuff together. I love the pickup of Ernest Jones, by the way. That was magnificent. And I think this is a year we're going to like. And if it ends up being the 9-8, which I'm saying, by the way, is very possible. I'm just saying I'm counting 8. It could easily be 9. So when it's 9, I don't want people coming to this video saying, oh, we told you it was going to be 9. Relax. I'm literally telling you it could easily be 9. I want to say it's 9, but I want to be fair to all teams. And I go through the entire NFL schedule, and it came out as 8. So I'm telling you 8. All right? But it could easily be 9. If things go our way, easily 9, maybe 10. 10 would be amazing. There's no chance for 11, so stop it. Unless 11 is way better than I'm anticipating, but no chance. All right, and the offensive line has to be way better than I'm anticipating. All right, is there anything else that I really wanted to say? Nope, that's about it. So I'm going to go enjoy my vacation. I'm literally going to the airport right now. Let me know your predictions down below. I will be back again tonight after the Bears game. We'll recap it live here on Sports Fan Entertainment. I'm out. See y'all later.